Hey everyone, my name is David Dunbar, or the Theme Park Evangelist. So we're now officially on my second part of my Star Wars Weekends Memories vlog. We're now doing the 2012 through the 2015 vlog. My first part, the 2009 through the 2011 vlog, is online. I haven't finished. Sorry, I cannot talk. I always get tongue tied at the end of the night. I think it's just because, when you get to the end of the day, you're just that tired. But you know how that is. So, yeah, let me try this again. My hands always get tired, so I have to keep switching hands. But I always have the hardest time with this left hand, so maybe that's a little better. So, yeah, I haven't officially finished editing the vlog, so I figured that since I'm not officially finished editing it, I would just go ahead and keep it listed as private until I do get to editing it. I was going to edit it last night, and it honestly took way longer than I thought it would to upload to YouTube. And I ended up falling asleep literally while I was waiting on it. And when I did finally wake up in the middle of the night, I was like, I don't feel like it. Then I woke up early, and I was like, I still don't feel like it. And then when I did finally wake up, I ended up messaging someone I met on a online dating app for like 15-20 minutes, so I ended up wasting too much time doing that. And then I didn't think I was going to make it to work on time. I literally clocked in right at 8:57, so glad I did clock in, at my normal time that I like to. So yeah, now we're going to go into the 2012 vlog. So here comes the interesting part of this one. So I did talk to my brother, and I said to him, "Are you sure you didn't meet Asajj Ventress in 2014?" Because he made it sound like he did, and he was like, "No, I only met her the one time." And I said, "Well, that was 2012," and he was like, "Oh, okay, I guess that's the year I met her then." So my brother didn't even remember the year that he met Asajj Ventress, and that's also the same year that he also met another Star Wars: The Clone Wars actress as well. So I have two Star Wars: The Clone Wars uh, autographs to show you, and I also have Daniel Logan's autographs. So these three are all personal. I had some from my brother, or that were addressed to my brother, and some that were addressed to just me, but I just pulled out three. Two of them just happened to be just for me, and I was like, well, I guess I'll just go with these, because it's mainly my vlog anyway, not my brother's. And I also should mention, because 2012 just happened to be the year that these actresses were there. This was also the same first year that my brother did officially start using the Star Wars Lego autograph book, so he was wrong. He did not use it, first start using it in 2014. He used the other one, the one for Peter Mayhew and Billy D. Williams. He used it for the first time in 2014 for Peter Mayhew, and then he used it again in 2015 to get Billy D. Williams autograph. So in 2014, I got to meet Ashley Eckstein. I don't remember if I ever got her autograph or anything, which is really interesting because I'm very sure based on the photos, I did get an autograph. So, oh yeah, I do remember now. I have it in the Star Wars Lego character book that I have with me right now. So by 2014's vlog, I will show you guys her signature. I did not get it on a picture. I think it was not an option, but she did at least do it for that. And I did at least get a picture of her. And she was very personal of how she addressed it. And I really liked how she wrote it. At least I can say that I've officially met a Star Wars: The Clone Wars character or actor, whatever. So yeah, 2012 was not really an exciting year for me, but it was for my brother because he did get to meet Daniel Logan. He did get to meet Asajj Ventress, and he did get to meet Aurora Singh. That's the other actress he met, was the lady who played as Aurora Singh in the Star Wars: The Clone Wars TV series. I think I was just kind of hanging around doing my own thing. there was a Star Wars, Stormtrooper skit for pre Stars of the Saga that year, but of course I never have seen it in person. I've seen it on YouTube a few times. I mean, of course, every year there was one, but excuse me, this is the only one that I like 100% remember from YouTube. And then, of course, the one I remember the best was the year after that, which is the very first one I've ever seen in person. And 2012, I don't remember if Jonathan and I ever stayed around the entire day. I think Jonathan and I kind of got there and did maybe half a day, and then we went to other parks and just kind of park hopped here and there. But I know for a fact that I didn't really do anything exciting. I think I had tried to meet Ray Park again and just backfired. I always try to meet at least one person, but I always pick the wrong line because I never get to meet him. I honestly should have strategized it better, and honestly, I never would have came home empty-handed ever because honestly, my brother's gotten more autographs than I have, and it's mainly about who you get in line for. So, of course, you're going to get the minor actors. They're going to hand out the most autographs because nobody really knows them and they have the most free time. Then you're going to get the um, moderate actors. They're the guys that are very popular, but not as popular as the major actors. And they're only able to hand out so many autographs because they're also needed here and there. And also, they're just very popular based on other movies they've been in. Then you're gonna get the major celebrities, the guys that have been in all the original Star Wars um, movies, just in general, all the original trilogy that we all know and love from the 1970s through the 1980s. The guys that are like hard to come by. Those are the guys that you can literally jump on the line right at 6 in the morning and still get an autograph. And I could have easily made it happen if I had gotten that same exact line, but I'm thinking to myself, it's not as important for me to meet those people as it is for my brother, and that's just how I see it. So I guess that's just how I thought back then. Nowadays, I probably would think to myself, I wonder who my brother wants me to meet, and is it that important for me to jump in that line and sacrifice the chance of meeting that major Star Wars celebrity? I don't know. I just would strategize things a lot better now that I'm almost 27 in November, and I'm 26 now. I have a different mindset than I did back when I first started going, which was about 11 years ago. So keep in mind, I was like 15 at the time, so I was a teenager. And I think when I first started going, we had to go with my dad. So we would ride in with my dad. And I think that's another reason why we didn't get, great autographs because, for the first few years, I didn't have the ability to drive. So, 2012 was, I think, the very first year. Well, not 2012, but 2013 was the very first year I had ever started driving. But that was not until afterwards. So 2014 was literally the very first year I officially have been driving for at least a year. And that's probably why that was the best Star Wars year for us because 2012, I was still in high school. I was a year I started at Publix and it was my first job ever. And then 2013, I graduated from high school, and then I started driving about a few months later. So I always try to keep that in mind. And then 2014 is when I had been driving for a while, and I was actually given permission to drive out to Disney in my mom's car. And we got there really, really early in the morning. So that's what had been happening. So I apologize if in the last vlogs, or the last vlog, I should say, that I actually gave that false information. I just suddenly remembered that my brother and I had to ride in early with my dad. I know 2010 we had to ride in with my dad, but I think we had gotten there like really early in the morning somehow, and we managed to get really good autographs. I'm still trying to figure that one out. because usually my dad works at a certain time, and my dad doesn't like to leave until like that certain time. So it was just one of those circumstances. I think when he had to be there super early in the morning, and it just worked out. And then we would have to bus back over to him so he could get us in. So that's how we did it back then. Versus when we started working at sorry, well not when we versus when we started going to Hollywood Studios for Star Wars weekends. I'm very sure that either thing could have happened. Either A, my dad could have given us hard tickets to use to get in, or B, we would do our thing over Hollywood Studios and then drive over to him, and then he would get us in. Or there's also the option that um, he could have met us over Hollywood Studios and got us in. I don't 100% remember that part anymore. All I remember is we couldn't get to Hollywood Studios right away for the first few years because of the fact that we had to rely on my dad. And then, of course, later on, as we got older, we were able to rely on ourselves. So I really feel like one of the biggest reasons why Star Wars weekends was also not as enjoyable for me back then, between not being old enough to drive ourselves out there and also just the whole aspect of Star Wars was just so overwhelming for me and all that good stuff. You know, it all adds up. Anyway, enough rambling on. I'm going to show you guys the autographs that my brother got that year, and then I will conclude this vlog. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the 2012 vlog. And as I mentioned earlier, the 2013 is going to be literally the shortest one. I'm basically going to tell you guys roughly what we did and how we discovered the shows, and my reaction to all the different shows that we watched that year. And also, I'm going to show you guys a little bit of a clip of the stars of the saga, the Stormtrooper skit, and show you guys exactly where I was in the audience from Mouse Steps um, YouTube channel, because they were the ones that I first saw myself, and this was a long time ago. We're talking a number of years ago when I first started watching. 2013 was a really exciting year to me, of course, because you know that was the year I graduated from high school, and we had gone like literally right after I graduated from high school, and I think this was around my brother's birthday too. So, Star Wars weekends was an exciting time for both of us that year. Normally, it's just for my brother because of his birthday, and then for us both that year because celebrating graduating from high school and then him celebrating another year of his birth. So yeah, a little bit to talk to you guys about next year, but Saturday get ready because I have got a lot to talk to you guys about. I've got a lot of pictures to show you, and I've got a ton of video footage to show you. So the reason why Saturday is going to be so immense is because you know it's the very first year I ever got to drive out to Star Wars weekends without having to ride out with my dad and then go through all that hassle. And also, my brother brought a friend along that year, so we had even more pictures. And also, we did park hop at one point, and I wanted to show you guys something that we had done while we were park hopping. That we were just kind of goofing off, so I figured you guys would get a load out of that. So I'm super excited for Saturday. I really feel like you guys are going to get a ton out of Saturday's vlog. It's going to be the one I'm like the most excited about. Like, not only am I excited about Saturday just doing a vlog, but just getting done work for the week. I'm just like done with work right now. I'm just like, I cannot wait till this whole pandemic is over. I have to do another update on that soon. I at least can tell you guys right now the status. reopening slowly but surely. Some states like Ohio and Indiana are opening a little quicker, and Florida for that matter. But Kentucky is definitely taking its time. At least by June 1st, we'll be in phase 2, so that's a good sign. But in the meantime, I will see you guys tomorrow. So I hope you guys have a great night and see you in tomorrow's vlog. So unfortunately, I didn't get around to vlogging last night like I said I was. I was so exhausted last night. I decided, nah, I'm not gonna bother to do any kind of vlogging at all. I end up just going to bed and just falling asleep. I'm actually kind of tired even tonight. I've just been kind of laying on my bed and just messing around with my laptop. My sheets are in the washing machine, still gotta put them in the dryer. I want some clean sheets before I go to bed, and hopefully the house will be a little cooler tonight so I can sleep better because it was burning up last night. And my body has been so sore because of the fact that I've been working so much 44 hours this week, just to be exact. So, nice to have 2 days off, and the best part is there's no annoying little girl to deal with on Monday, which is even better. I was like, what? I was definitely not expecting that one. So, yeah, that was a huge blessing in disguise. But in the meantime, I figured I would continue on with my Star Wars Weekends memories. So, unfortunately, I'm going to have to try to cram in 2013 and 2014 tonight, and I've got a lot to talk to you guys about with 2014. So, obviously, there's not a lot to talk about with 2013. So, 2013, I will say this much. That was the very first year we ever found out about the shows that they do. So, my brother and I kind of got into the park, and of course, we drove out there, and there was like no autographs for whatever reason, or anybody that we were like really interested in, or something to that extent. So I asked my brother, what do you want to do? And we happened to look at the Times guide, and just for the fun of it, just to be different. And he was like, "Really? I didn't know there was any shows." And I was like, "What? There is?" And he was like, "Yeah." And we looked at all these different shows. There is Stars of the Sega, which is basically when James Earl Taylor comes out and talks to another one of the major celebrities about all the different Star Wars movies. There's always a Stormtrooper skit just before it, and then there's also another show called Obi-Wan Beyond, which is basically all of James Earl Taylor's different voices. Each of the shows is usually 30 minutes long. There's usually a show in the afternoon as well that's James Earl Taylor and whoever is the major celebrity that week. I don't remember what show that is offhand, but that was another one that was extremely cool to watch. And of course, these, long lines, they would wrap around outside, and there was one part of it where you have to cut across the sidewalk, and sometimes they can just keep letting you go across, and sometimes they would make you just stand there and let normal public traffic cross for a little bit, and then they would let you go back across again. And you could be stuck in line for a good hour. And of course, the other ironic part about this line is they made it go around the extended queue for the Muppet Vision 3D. And the question I asked to my brother is, why does the Muppet Vision 3D have an extended queue? And also, I didn't even know this was here. That was a comment I made to him. Of course, that second part was not a question, it was a comment. But in all seriousness, I did not even know there was an extended queue. No, I'm not going to show you guys any pictures from that. I thought about it because it is part of Star Wars Weekends, but at the same time, I had the stupidest grins because of the fact that I was in a stupid mood and I like animals, so I was just being extra dumb. So yeah, it's not worth showing you guys at all, just so you guys can make fun of me for it. But yeah, I was getting bored, and you know how it is. I felt like annoying my brother, and it all just kind of added up into one big pile. But yeah, one show I really wanted to show you guys, that even on just a little bit of it, is the Stormtrooper skit from 2013. So, in the next minute or so, I'm going to show you guys that and YouTube channel Mouse Steps, you can clearly see me at the very end of it. I actually stopped the video right where you can see me, and I wanted you guys to see that even back about 7 years ago, I was popular. So enjoy the next clip, and I will see you guys when we come back.
They never go dead. Let's hear them. No, they're mine. Push one. Don't you be pushing my buttons.
Think kind of interesting that I was already in a YouTube video many years ago before I even became a YouTuber. Even I was a little surprised that I was found in that YouTube channel. I remember my brother was the one that pointed it out. He was like, "Look, David, there you are," and he was all excited and all that good stuff, because back then he was like more interested in that kind of stuff, versus now he's like, I don't really care. But at the same time, my brother's still happy that happened and all that, and I'm still extremely excited that even happened as well. I've been messaging a few people on Messenger too. I'm glad that you guys can't see these messages that are popping up on my phone. They're kind of distracting me. I'm trying not to look at it. Like, the 1 minute I finally got a chance to kind of pull away from the laptop, and all of a sudden I'm getting all these messages. I'm just playing around with my laptop, trying to drain the battery so I can charge that tonight. I've already charged my phone. But the reason why I really like 2013, not as much as 2014, is because I finally had something to do with my brother during Star Wars weekends that would keep us entertained, between autograph sessions. Now I knew where all the Star Wars celebrities were going during the day. And honestly, the shows were very entertaining. They were very informative. There was even a show like in 2013 or 2014 that even talked about Star Wars Rebels. So we got a little bit of a sneak peek about that. And it was a great chance to get out of the heat and get into some AC. And I could go on, but anyways, guys, there's so much to talk to you guys about in 2014. I have to go back downstairs and find some more stuff for you guys for 2014, and then get ready, because I'm going to bombard you with all kinds of crazy stuff for 2014. I've got to kind of look ahead of time and find out how often I want to stop and explain this and that to you guys, because there's going to be so much information, so many video clips. Anyways, guys, I will see you in the next part. So now that I'm officially on the 2014 Star Wars Weekends Memories, I'm not going to do a long introduction, or am I going to do a lot of talking here and there, period. I'm basically going to do little clips here and there, so let's get into it. This is the very first year that my brother and I brought along Ronald with us. And this is also the very first official year that I was able to drive. Now, 2013, I'm very sure that we had rode in with my dad like we had in the past. I may not have made that clear in the 2013 vlog, but I'm going to make it clear now, because, it's all part of one vlog. This whole thing is. So, yes, this was the very first year that we got to get there early. This was the very first year that we got to drive out there, and the very first year we had a friend. So this was a very big year for us. There was a lot going on, and I know for a fact that Ronald joined us later. So Ronald obviously did not join us right away. Ronald drove out there later or got a ride out there later and met up with us because I know for a fact that he was there because of the fact that we have a video to prove it, and also the fact that I have photos of him from later on in the day. So I know he joined us later on in the day because he didn't want to get up early with us. That would be ridiculous. And I think the same thing kind of happened again in 2015, but what do I know? 2014 was honestly the biggest year for Star Wars weekends, especially the weekend we went. My brother and I happened to pick a very interesting weekend to go. We went the same exact weekend that Peter Mayhew was there, but also just happened to be the same exact weekend that Mark Hamill was there. So Mark Hamill was not doing any autographs, but he was part of a show that afternoon that was almost impossible to get into. But yours truly, myself, made that happen, but I'll explain that later. Because, I'm going to kind of go through this day a little bit at a time. So I'm going to go and take a look at what needs to be talked about first, and we're going to go from there. All I'll tell you guys right now is you're going to see for yourself who we exactly got to meet, and you're going to see all kinds of pictures and video footage throughout the day. You're going to have a lot of fun watching this one. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. So as you guys saw, the very first photo that I start out with was a picture of my brother holding a fast pass and doing the peace sign, and of course he looked very young back then. So you're probably wondering what the heck is he holding, and yeah, it's hard to tell if he's excited or not, but he honestly was very excited. So my brother was very fortunate. He got a fast pass distribution to meet Peter Mayhew. In the next set of photos, I'm going to insert him meeting Peter Mayhew and also getting pictures with I'm going to insert pictures of him meeting Peter Mayhew's autographs, both. Well, I should say just on his book, and of course also a pre-signed photo of him. So you'll have a chance to see his pre-signed photo a second time because you got to see it for the first time back in 2012. Now you get to see it again here in 2014. So one guy I really wanted to talk to you guys about was Ahmed Best. That is like what someone I've been wanting to talk to you guys about all week long. So I'm going to insert a picture that I happened to take of him from a little bit of a distance back then when they were doing autograph sessions on Echo Lake, and you'll see that for yourself in the picture. So here comes the funny story about it. I've talked to my brother so many times about it because I still think it's hilarious to this day. Part of me kind of wishes that I had been a little nicer and actually stopped and talked to him because I had every opportunity to actually walk over, shake his hand, and possibly even get a picture of him or selfie with him. Maybe he would have even autographed something, but no, I had to do something that was completely stupid and immature. He was very nice. He came up and he was like, "Hey guys, how are you doing?" And I was literally within a few feet from him. And instead, I yelled out, "Ew, it's Jar Jar!" And I ran off. And he was probably looking. He was like, "What?" Like, what did I say? Obviously, I knew it was, the guy who plays Jar Jar. And here comes the funny thing. So obviously, Jar Jar Binks is, a CGI character. And then Ahmed Best just does the voice of Jar Jar Binks. But Ahmed Best is very well known for that really annoying voice that we all know from Star Wars Episode 1, Star Wars Episode 2, and Star Wars Episode 3, because, as Ahmed Best played as Jar Jar Binks in all three movies. But you know what's funny? Ahmed Best, or Ahmed Best, however you say it only makes Jar Jar look really bad and stupid in Episode 1, but by Episode 2, he gets really toned down. Jar Jar Binks, that is. So I think I was going a little hard on him. I must admit, back about 6 years ago when I was 21, if that sounds about right. Yeah, I must admit I was still young, but I was old enough to know better, and I guess I was just a bit of a jerk. So, oh, well, you live and you learn anyway. Enjoy looking at the picture of Ahmed Best, and I also happen to have a pre-signed photo of him as well for you guys to look at. So the next celebrity I would like to talk to you guys about is Ashley Eckstein. So I know that I mentioned that we got a pre-signed photo of her back in 2012, but I actually did get a chance to meet her in 2014, and I got her to sign my brother's Lego Star Wars book, and I got lots of pictures of her because the Disney PhotoPass photographer said I got a little photo crazy with my phone, but I'm only going to show you guys a few of them because I decided that it would be a good idea to show you guys all my photos. So yeah, Ashley Eckstein was extremely nice. She was extremely understanding, and she is also the creator of her universe, or something to that extent. My universe, all those dresses that you, or Star Wars dresses that you guys know about, specifically the ladies. That's the lady that's responsible for all that. So I'm going to insert a picture of my pictures of Ashley Eckstein, her um, personalized autograph on my brother's book, and also the pre-signed photo as well. Another celebrity I would like to talk to you guys about is James Arnold Taylor. So yes, we did get a pre-signed photo of him back in 2012, but also my brother and I somehow got a chance to meet him accidentally in 2014. And the funny thing is, we did have standby fast passes or whatever to meet him, and they cut off the line, and we decided to stand around outside of his tent, and he just happened to come out, and he was like, okay, and he decided to be nice and just take us anyway. But he went and signed our autographs, which makes sense because he stopped doing that. But on the bright side, at least I got a picture of him, and at least my brother got a picture of him. I'm surprised he doesn't even let us get away with it because they were like, "Oh, sure, whatever." So I'm gonna share both of those pictures, so at least you guys could say that I did get to officially meet him, and you'll tell by his facial reaction that he seemed to be a little more pleasant about taking a selfie with me, who's not as tall as my brother, versus my brother. He had a little bit of a harder time with because my brother is definitely taller than me. So I just realized I made a slight error. Mark Hamill was not there in 2014 at all. He was actually there the last year, 2015, the same exact year that Billy D. Williams was there. Now I remember 100% that Billy D. Williams and Mark Hamill were there the same exact year. But that made up for the fact that my brother nor I got to really meet anybody that year, so it all worked out in the long run. But the next clip I would like to show you guys is kind of an off Star Wars weekends clip. This clip is something that my brother Ronald and I all did while we were waiting for the next show or waiting for the next Star Wars celebrity autograph session or whatnot. We got a little bored around the early afternoon, so we decided to go over to Epcot. And we were talking about the ALS Ice Challenge or Ice Bucket Challenge, if you guys ever remember that back in 2014. And basically, I said that I would do it if I lost drinking the disgusting, whatever you call it. It was, Italy soda that everybody hated for the longest time over at Club Cool. Like, literally everybody that walked into Club Cool would drink that disgusting nastiness and go, oh, how can I drink this? I had to use two bad adjectives just to describe it. And I'm, was so disappointed that I not only lost to Ronald, but I lost to my brother on top of that. So, of course, I did a separate video that is not going to be part of this vlog, where I had to jump in my pool early in the morning when it was like around mid 60s, maybe early 70s in the temperature, without even giving it a test. And of course, my body was just not ready for it that morning. Anyway, so the next two clips are going to be me racing Ronald to Club Cool and having a challenge with him on the Italy soda, and then I'm going to transition immediately to the next clip of my brother and I having a challenge with each other. And of course, you're going to obviously tell I looked a lot younger back then. Anyways, guys, enjoy the clips.
Ready, set, go.
And be watch where you're going.
Remember to take a sip of the Italian. Come on, David, speed it up. Ronald, he's gaining on you.
That's running. That's running. Time out.
What?
No timeouts.
Wait, what if we hit a roll?
Where's Ronald? Ronald. David, let's you and Ron. No, don't drink it yet. I said don't drink it yet.
Yes.
I said don't drink it yet.
That one wasn't working.
I told you not to drink it yet.
That one
You guys both have to take a sip and then go over by that table and drink at the same time.
Whoa, wait. When I tried that one, it didn't work.
It did for me. So you guys fill it up over here, then go over to the table. We'll see who wins. Whoever drinks it first.
Wait, where are we going?
Ronald, over here. All right, hold on, not yet. Ready, set, go. Ronald, by a split second. How do you have?
Hands off. Down to your side. 3, 2, 1. Go. You done.
You lose! Man, that is nasty.
Nasty, babe.
You lose! Now David has 2 bets to fulfill. You win! Yeah, man. Yeah.
Dang, don't quit.
So, David, how does it feel like to lose?
It sucks, man. It sucks. That's all I can say. You can stop recording now.
No, I'm good. Let's keep going. So, Jonathan, how does it feel like to win your first race today?
Awesome, because I haven't even done Ronald yet. Maybe Ronald will do one competition with me.
Hey, Ronald says no to that.
Another clip I would like to show you guys, or another clip, because I keep forgetting that I did one for 2015 as well. So I wanted to show you guys the 2014 and 2014 motorcade, the celebrity motorcade. They did one every single year. I have attended almost every single one for many years. Even in 2009, that was like a requirement for going to Star Wars weekends. Obviously, I didn't have a phone until 2014, so 2014 was literally the very first year I ever got to videotape the motorcade, and it is a really cool event where you get to watch all the homemade Star Wars costumes that people make and put on walk by you in this really hot Central Florida sun. And then you get to see all the celebrities at the very end in their really nice cars just driving on by past you. So the next 5 or 6 minutes or so will be the motorcade itself. And then I think I will end the vlog with a bunch of pictures and then just me just talking in general.
Our first guest played Muppet on the Disney Channel series That's So Rainbow, and can currently be heard as Mia the Bluebird in the Disney Junior hit.
Looks the guy from Thunderstruck.
She is also the creator of Her Universe, an apparel line especially designed for fangirls. But Star Wars fans know her as the voice of Padawan Ahsoka in Star Wars: The Clone Wars. She is also the host of Frontline The Force, Star Wars Rebels. Please welcome Ashley Exide.
Great Park!
Just keep taking those pictures.
Our next guest started his film and television career at a very young age, starring in such hit productions as Thunderstruck and Bucket and Skinner's Epic Adventures.
Told you Thunderstruck.
Later in time, he will be featured in the film Walt Before Mickey, a story about Walt Disney's early years. And coming this fall to Disney XD, Star Wars fans will get to experience his voice acting talents as young Commodus Ezra Bridger in the much anticipated new CG animated series Star Wars Rebels. Ladies and gentlemen, making his Star Wars weekend debut, please welcome Taylor Gray. Our next honored guest is a Hollywood action star, featured in such blockbusters as Sleepy Hollow and Hitman, and the hit TV show Heroes. He also played the Ninja Commando Snake Eyes in G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra, and its sequel, G.I. Joe Retaliation. He can now be seen as Gabriel in the new sci-fi thriller Jim.
I didn't get a
Star
good
Wars
picture.
fans know him as that relentless Sith Lord, Darth Maul. Please welcome Ray Park. Our next turning in, Billy D. Williams.
Yes. That was Mark Hamill that just went by. I got really long plans on it. I was like, no. He's changed.
Celebrity guest is truly a Star Wars icon. His versatile talent has also made him a celebrated voice actor, working on such hits as Johnny Bravo, Appleton, The Lobster Adventure, Friday, Regular Show, All Variations of Smash, Ultimate Spider-Man, The Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, Star Wars, The Clone Wars, and multiple Batman TV series as The Joker. But he will forever go down in film history as the one who helped bring balance to the force. Star Wars Weekend is honored to have him joining us for the first time.
So I was going back and rewatching the motorcade, and I realized I did make a mistake. Mark Hamill was apparently there in 2014, so I went 2 different dates. I went one year with Ahmed Best, and I went another year with Mark Hamill. So, because 2014 is one big year and the year I went the most, that is the year that I'm going to have a lot of information. Apparently, the same exact weekend that Mark Hamill was there was the same exact weekend that Billy D. Williams was there. So the same weekend that Ahmed Best was there is the same exact weekend that my brother met Peter Mayhew. That weekend, um, I'm very sure it was just my brother and I. I remember that for a fact. And then we went back again the weekend that Billy D. Williams and whatever you call it. Oh yeah, the weekend that Billy D. Williams and Mark Hamill were there. So my brother did get to meet Billy D. Williams in 2014 after all. So I guess I do have to take a picture of his autograph for 2014 because he was so sure that he met him in 2015 because he's like, I think I met him in 2015. It's like, no, we didn't actually meet anybody in 2015. And if I remember correctly, 2015 ended up being a bummed out year. I don't remember offhand if my brother met anybody that year at all, which kind of stinks just because, it was a very last year. But hey, at least we got to see some shows. At least I have some pictures for you guys. Not a lot, but I do have some pictures. And unfortunately, 2014 is going to be so long, I'm going to have to make 2015 a separate vlog, which is fine because then I got to wrap up and talk about just the whole experience in general, would I ever do it again, all that good stuff. So I'll try to make it work somehow. So I'm going to show you guys a picture that my brother got to have with Mark Hamill and Billy D. Williams, and I'm also going to show you guys the autograph that Billy D. Williams gave my brother as well. And the reason why my brother got to meet Mark Hamill is because Mark Hamill just happened to be coming down the road towards his show that afternoon, and while I was standing out there in the 90, 100-degree weather, and I picked my brother to be the one to take a picture of Mark Hamill, and I took a picture of the two of them. And yes, both my brother and I got to shake Mark Hamill's hand, so that was really, really cool. And Mark Hamill was mentioning in the photo to me, to my brother, this guy's really tall. I gotta stand on my tiptoes for him. So Mark Hamill must not be that tall. I'm sure he would have enjoyed taking a picture of me a little more, but you know how it is. So anyway, here's a few more pictures, and after that, I'm just gonna wrap it up with a bunch of photos, and I think that's it. I will see you guys in the next vlog, and always remember, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. Have a great night. Peace out.